What's up, fellow gamers? Phreak here, and welcome back to episode 3 of Let's Play Cyber Knight's Flashpoint. Here's my other saves. Here's what we were playing before. Let's go. Chrome difficulty. Yeah. And we're a couple missions in already. It looks like, I haven't been really keeping track on numbers, but it appears that major missions push forward your power level faster than procedurally generated ones. So, for example, I'm at 0.5 off of just doing 2 basically named major missions. Either way, this is the tracker. We'll go over some of the stuff for how some of the base building and progression mechanics work, and then we'll get into the third mission. There should be timestamps in the description if you just want to get into the gameplay itself. Team power level basically indicates the power level of opponents that you can face in a mission, as well as the intrinsic monetary and XP value missions themselves. So as this goes up, everything about the missions gets more powerful, but it does not directly correlate intrinsically to the power level of your mercenaries. How much XP or money you have gotten. Like, if you throw your money away by buying a bunch of guns and selling them back for less, than doing that over and over again, and dismissing all your high-level mercenaries, like, your power level will not change. So this marches on forever, and it's kind of up to you to ensure you're progressing at a good rate. Of course, this game lets you change your difficulty dynamically whenever you want, so if for some reason stuff goes wrong, and you don't want to lose your save, well, you can just kind of move forward, so it's fine. Heat is a measurement of how high security was when you ended any given mission. It can also be raised by legwork, as we've seen in some of the prior episodes. Ultimately, the more that there is heat, the lower our stress resistance is, which can be a bad thing. Additionally, eventually a mechanic called headhunters can show up, where if a contact really, really hates us, they can send functionally boss enemies against you. They are substantially stronger than anything else you could possibly find at that point in time, and they have a chance of coming to you in any given mission with a moment's notice, and that chance is some percentage and then some other percentage added on based on heat level. So the louder and more dangerous your missions are, the more likely you will get hit by a headhunter. If there is one in the pool, there aren't any, so it's always 0. Otherwise, there's all the random base building stuff, which we'll talk about later. The big ones are money, United Digitals, and the nano scrubbing pollution, which doesn't matter just yet, but it will once we build our second building, and we need to start building our third and fourth. Okay, so it is time to plan our next mission, which is going to be Forward Op. This is actually technically a named quest as well. The story here was we knew we needed some money, so we have to make our own rewards because this is a raid mission. There are no secondary objectives at all, but there is hacking for loot, which we definitely care about, so we're going to make sure we get some of that. Alrighty, I think it is literally always worth buying the Matrix Snoop. Maybe super early game when Matrix hosts aren't very dangerous, you could maybe choose to skip, but realistically, now the question is, do I want to just cash in a favor? I think the answer is yes here. You don't tend to have that many other favor needs from your Wire Ghost contacts, so I think cashing in as a favor is fine. But in general, I find the quality of life and time save here just be really, really valuable, and so I basically always run a Matrix Snoop. Otherwise, as far as slowing things down, I don't care enough here. This should be pretty normal. Let's go ahead and prep our missions. So, of course, we've got our Cyber Knight. We've got our Scourge. We're going to run our Hacker, literally always. And then I think we're going to run Emil here instead of Aaron. The difficulty, of course, is that we are going to be lacking on... Well, we've got 2 melee characters basically here. So what is wrong about my loadout? Oh, we are out of shock mines. Right, that makes sense. I burned through a lot of them. So I guess we'll just have some bandages to go along with my HE grenade, but Sounds pistol and a sword for the main character. For Emil, she's got a shock mine that's cool. Also a pistol and a sword. My Hacker has an Echo Jammer. Let's go ahead and give you... I guess we'll just have everyone hold a grenade, just in case. Right, in case we really need the damage. But he's got an AR and a silenced pistol. And then here is our Shotgun Gamer, who looks to be doing just fine here overall. Yeah, and I believe I would rather run Emil than run my sort of makeshift soldier, who is really a sniper and doesn't actually have a functional sniper rifle yet. So I think this is our set. Let's go. And I want to point out, I'm running this mission early in case Hacker gets injured. That way I should have enough time for him to heal for the next mission coming up. But if I get that wrong, then I'm going to figure out a way around that. All right, here on our own dime, let's make it profitable. Blueprints, equipment, files, yes indeed. All right, so welcome to... Which map type is this? This is going to be... Yeah, the requisition site. So this is one of the map tile sets that is available for procedural generation. So we'll be back here at some other point in time against some other megacorp from some other benefactor. But the layout itself, like where the walls are, where the traps are, all those things, that never changes. So things that can change this game are the exit locations. This one and this one are the exit locations in this one, and we start here. But you can start elsewhere, like up here. You can have exits in other locations, like around here and whatnot. Guard patrols and whatnot. And the actual mission itself, like what you want to do, the actual objectives, that can change as well. But a lot of this is basically the desire of the devs to have everything handcrafted. Works for me, but it does mean that, especially in early access, where there's only so many permutations, you will run into repeats. Anyway, early on we can see there's a guard up here. We don't know about this room. We know there's a guard on this side of the gate. We know there's a guard down here who's actually looking kind of close to us. He can't see us just yet, right? There's like enough distance, but anyway, once you're in maps like this, where it is much more open-ended, right? Like before it was like, well, exactly escape or exactly go to this location, whatnot. Once you're in these more open-ended missions, you want to create a plan. And the route that I find makes the most sense here is to go up this way, loot these 2 boxes. They're usually guards here. Run over here, get your hacker onto the matrix host, loot these 2 boxes here, and then if you don't want to deal with the rest of it, you can loot this box and leave, and that's fine. But there are 2 more boxes here, one in the bottom, middle left, one in the bottom left, and you make this sort of big loop like this, and you don't have to deal with this stuff at all. There's, you know, motion field, camera and whatnot. You can just kind of skip all these, and again, if you want these boxes, you can. You don't have to run them, but there's not much downside aside from risking raising some heat, which, you know, I think is fine overall. So normally I burn Tax Surge in the first round, and let me think about my movement real quick. Yeah, I think it's worth burning Tax Surge because I can't get there anyway on time, so let's go ahead and just do this. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to knock down the guard on the first round, I think. I'm in sword range. This is what the indicator tells me. Also, if you hover over, you can see the range to the guy, and it's 1.6 meters. I believe attack range for melee is 2 meters, so we are fine here. Someone's going to pick up this and then probably turn off the camera. I don't want to send guards over because the 1 security tally is not a very big deal. What it's going to do is going to make one of the guards get angsty. The AI is going to tell probably this guy to start investigating, and he might run over here and then keep running, and then we start getting flanked, which I don't really want. So ideally, you kind of bypass some of these security cameras. Anyway, yeah, we're going to have our main character run up, use the sword, and take down a kill. We've already given everyone a bunch of AP and move points, so we get to cover a lot of distance now. I don't believe I finished fully upgrading this talent. Oh, and I actually got a graze there, so this guy's not going to die. Oh, I got lucky. Cool. I high rolled 1 damage. He's going to die. I take it back. Look ahead isn't worth it. We can see these guys, but I'm not in range, so there's no point here. Have our Scourge just run all the way up. I actually know that the enemy patrols are not going to be this far anyway. Also, anyone that you reveal who wasn't in the initial set, so like we saw this guy at the start, we saw him at the start, we also saw him at the start, right? We didn't see them at the start, so they will never get an action this turn if we like reveal them later. So you can never like run forward and it's like, surprise, they're next in the initiative, die instantly. They might see you, like if we were able to run here without knowing and then we reveal them, it's like, yeah, that could go badly, but you can either run piecemeal, there's no like real penalty for that, but at least they don't get an action right away. So up we go. He's going to hang out. Deviant can literally only hack or shoot a gun. He's not the most helpful, that's fine. Up he goes. And then Emil hasn't earned a code name yet, as she hasn't run into missions yet, so let's have you run up. Let's see if I can maximize AP. I think I can. So we're going to try to go here. Yep. Pixel perfect. All right, just about right. And she's likely in range to actually go. Hooray. All right, I don't want to trigger this, so I'm just going to jam kit. I still have 2 more charges, and then we can keep running up. Again, I'm not worried about the patrols because they're not going in front of us. Alrighty. Yep, so he's going to stand there. Right, he's not going to move. Until the AI talks to him, he's never going to leave. This guy, though, is patrolling up. We started here, he's run this way. He's probably going to keep running this way. In fact, we know he does. What's funny is I've never run this mission without a soldier. So normally my mercenaries are, like, up here, and with 0 AP are already in range of fighting these guys. So this is a new experience for me. No soldier challenge. So Deviant does not have any useful combat talents. I also don't know their movement patterns. I'm going to risk this guy running all the way up, which I think is very unlikely, and let these guys all go first and just take the second turn instead. So I'm just gonna... Yeah, I don't... Yeah, this guy's not moving, and this guy is going that way, so we'll let everyone go first here, basically. Deviant doesn't get to, but it should be okay. So he's moving up, which actually is good for me. Slightly easier shot. He turns over, which is actually not the best for me, but whatever. The only downside is, okay, if we make noise, he can act. So if I use like an AR or a grenade or whatever, this guy's going after Deviant, and then my life's going to be pain. But that's unlikely to happen to me here. So let's maximize what we can get out of this round. So if I spend only 1 AP, I can get to here. He will stand out from the cover, and he can get 3 shots here, which is not bad. Pretty high accuracy. If I wanted to use the AR, all 4 of them would hear me, and I don't believe I can kill all 4 in the same round, so this guy would start reporting gunfire, and that would go kind of poorly for me. So I don't believe I want to do that. I would rather take the time to do this more safely. I think that's correct for me. But it's a judgment call. Like, if I had probably more AP, like if I had soldiers, I could probably just try to kill them all and do it loud, because only these 4 can hear it, because there's the only ones who can hear the gunfire. But let's clean up. This guy won't die just this round, but we'll get some cleanup from somebody else. Man, this guy's missing a lot of his 70%. At least he landed 2 shots. And again, it's not his turn, so he can't report these being shot yet. Now Circuit gets a chance. And what's interesting, let me see how far I can go without doing bad things to my action points. This seems reasonable. I'm curious. Yeah, I can't get Venom Trap anywhere good. Yeah, Venom Trap. Actually, Venom Trap can reach him, which seems kind of nice, actually. So I'm not in vision cones yet, right? These guys can't see me. I'm going to run up here. I'm going to throw the Venom Trap. And so he's poisoned and suspicious. But that's all he is suspicious. So actually, here's another question. Is 76 is not enough accuracy, really? I mean, I kind of want to biocoat this and get some poison damage here. 76 is really good hitting odds. So it's very likely they get this, which is going to be good for me because then he can start taking damage. But if he doesn't die, he's going to report. I think it's worth it because I have these 2 to try to fight with. I think it'll be okay. So we're going to take the risk here. Cool. He's poisoned. Let's go ahead and try to knock this guy down, though. That's really bad for me. All right. Well, these 2 have to die on this turn, basically, or we're getting reported. If you go... Yeah, okay, I've got to burn 3 AP then. The best option is run all the way up. Anticipation does give crit vulnerability, and so I'm actually going to... Wait, are you... Oh, right, they're alerted. They can't be anticipated. Right, okay. I will anticipate you, though, because it's going to get on cooldown and cost 0 AP anyway. He's actually running back, seemingly. We'll see if that's actually true. Alright, likely kill next shot. Wow, I feel like I'm getting a little bit unlucky this round, which sucks a bit. Oh, I forgot how far away my main character was. That's a problem. I really hope you land the shot, by the way. This is actually very important. This guy's only been shot once, so he doesn't know the most, but this guy has... Okay, please, please, the odds are in my favor, please. Okay, good. So we only have an extra +4 tally from this guy being in combat, which is not great. It's not what I wanted, but can't do anything about it. Look ahead doesn't seem that valuable considering there's only 1 person we could actually map hack right now, and we'll just save it for later. Alrighty. Yep, so he's just on his patrol. Technically, things like traps do not let you know if something happened. You may think that's weird, that's fine. But ultimately, yeah, traps don't actually do anything but say, hey, I'm suspicious. I feel suddenly ill. That's weird, but, you know, it doesn't know that anything's happened otherwise. Okay, so let's knock these guys down. Okay, I'm out of optimal range, you can see here, so I want to move up at least 4 meters. 4 meters costs 1 AP, which is kind of nice. So I want to get close enough where I'm not visible to this guy, which I'm not, but I still have a shot, which I do. So if I go up here... Oh, he saw me. Okay, the game lied to me. Oh, well. Nothing's in shotgun range, so I have to go pistol. I also need to reload pretty soon. That sucks. Brainworm costs 1. Oh, no one's in range. Okay, well, rip. I guess we just shoot then. Oh, that's lucky. I crit. Okay, cool. I didn't think about the initiative order here. Thankfully, I'm going ahead of him, so it doesn't really matter. This guy's going the wrong way. MC can go ahead and run up. And I burn all my AP to get into range, which is not really what I want. I'm going to try to get down to 4 AP. Am I in hack range? Probably not. Okay, so I'm going to do something different then. I'm basically trying to maximize AP and movement because, right, every turn I get security tally, and I ideally win before too much security gets raised. But I'll just run up here and just take my shots. Yeah, I'll just run up here and take shots. It's whatever. There's not much to optimize here, realistically. I am missing so many shots that feel like they should be fine. That is unfortunate. All right, well, there's no way I can hack this round, so I'm gonna go ahead and have him help kill. 4 AP is enough to shoot, reload, then shoot. So move him into range. What the heck? This game is out to get me. That's gonna be a problem pretty soon if Emil can't get something like really important to happen here. Okay, he's a little bit low. All right, please, Emil, don't grief this. That is really unfortunate. Okay, so what are my options here, right? So I can run up and hope I land 2 shots, which I should be able to, but is not a guarantee, as we've seen. If I activate Silence, do I get into melee range to guarantee a sword swipe? No. So I can go into melee range and get 1 sword swipe, which, honestly, I don't mind that much, only because I think I can guarantee it with Power Slice. It's not the best, and ideally I'd have this camera turned off, but I don't want to risk missing more shots here. So I'm going to have the camera see me. The camera's going to see a corpse as well. I don't have a way around that. So I'm trying to optimize positioning here at this point, but it's not going to really matter. Let's just go here. We're clearly in range, 1 meter. Sword's going to be available. I run silently, which doesn't matter. He's going to see me anyway. And, like, odds are good, but I'm going to Power Slice to be, like, even a graze should kill. And we didn't graze. It was going to be fine, but either way, again, the camera sees me. The camera sees a body. We're going to get a security escalation. And not great. We got another camera, and we got security lasers. Yeah, that's not good. That is definitely not good. Okay, so who's going to do what? Let's actually start hacking some more. It looks like you are chilling, according to what I know. I hope that is true, that you are just standing still. Otherwise, my life's going to be really difficult. Can I get my hacker in here in 1 round? No. 6 AP, that's... I mean, he's going to be a little bit farther up, but no. But I think I can still clear here. But I guess, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and be risk-averse and let them all take their actions first. But I might as well get into cover. Just to be safe. Pick up the turn later, it's fine. Yeah, so AI's brought one over, so here's the flank that we were worried about. And he's going to see a corpse really soon. It's right now, I can't see it under the debris over here, but you saw, like, the yellow part of the vision cone is stuff you can't see if it's on the ground or if you're crouched. So this corpse can't be seen until he gets corpse at the corner. We're going to have a corpse reported pretty soon. Yeah, all stuff. So, Emil, is it worth jam kitting this? No. It's already seen me. It's already seen the body. There's no benefits here. Get a lot of stuff, though. Level 3 heal, a level 3 combat drug, some crafting cubes, which we won't use for a while. And yeah, we'll just let her clean stuff up. Can we cheat 1 AP? Let's see. I think this one might not be there, but we'll try. It's close. Oh, cool, we got it. Nice. Gold cubes. Gold cubes are the best kind of cube, but use them for endgame crafting. It's going to be a while till we get to that, but eventually. Alright, so Delta was poisoned. He's still walking that way. Right, we map hacked him, so we knew he wasn't doing anything special. But I believe that's his last round of being poisoned, so it's gonna be your last time dealing damage to him. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah, so he's running forward, okay. So now, even if we screw up, thankfully he can't fire back, and he's actually got a really low initiative roll of 6. So the worst case scenario is we get reported on, but nothing else is going to really happen. I decided to delay action, so you can drop by 10, or you can yield. I should have yield. You can yield your action, which will drop you by 1 beneath whoever's next behind you. So like if I was tied at 8 with someone else, I would go to 7, and I would still be ahead of Circuit. Like let's say Deviant was at 8, so it was like non-Parail, then Deviant, and then Circuit. I would drop to 7 and then be ahead of Circuit. But because I have to go down to 6, if I was going to yield to Circuit, I would go down to 6, and I'd be behind both of them. I hope that made sense. If it didn't, I'm sorry. Well, let's knock down this laser gate. And do I want 3 or 1 AP to shoot with is the question. If I go here, I believe I won't have the obstruction. Actually, I need to reload it anyway, so I'm going to go here, have 2 AP remaining, and then reload then shoot. Because there's no world where I would need 4 action points to shoot twice, because I have to reload, so we'll just do it this way. This should be reasonable. Wow, I am missing so many shots. This is wild. Alright, well, at least you've got all your shots. So, can we get in range with 5? This is probably going to be not worth trying. So, if I try to shoot from here, I lose 9 accuracy, which puts me, instead of at 60, I'm at 50. So, I lose 1/6 of my damage. If I run up 2 squares, I get 1/6 back, but I lose 1/3 of my shots. So, optimally, the other option is to run farther forward and brainworm him, but it doesn't really matter. So optimally, I think I actually shoot you at 50%, even though it's not great. Actually, I would break the obstruction too. I would go to 70. I think at that point, it's correct to go up to here and get 2 shots at about 70. 65 because I moved and got some recoil, but 265s is 130, whereas 350s is 1.5, so pretty similar overall. How am I missing all these shots that are at 2/3 accuracy? Oh, but I swear I'm unlucky this mission. I'm so sure I'm unlucky this mission. Alright, well, let's get you up here. And this guy will not die in 2 shots unless I get a crit, which is very, very unlikely. High roll or a crit? Yeah, okay. So he's going to report. That sucks. Thankfully, we're going to have a better initiative roll, but yeah, life is pain. Alrighty, we're going to go ahead and beeline for more of this here. So we're going to attack surge. We get initiative, which brings some people up, which is nice. Yeah, so Delta's no longer poisoned. He's going last anyway. Omni dies for sure no matter what. So I'm going to try to maximize gains and go for a run with a sword here. He's going to turn back. Doesn't matter. He's going to die. So regular slice. I got a graze here. The low damage roll under 100. Melee range is guaranteed to graze. I might graze anyway. Okay, that was full damage. Cool. So that's 1 down. And no one is around here. Right, we can see where everyone else is. We know there is one on the flank. Wait, where's the guy on the flank going? No, he's still there. Yeah, there he is. So he's still going to be on the flank at some point. We're thankfully going to be out of this room, so he's going to have to keep trying to track us in, but there will be a trail of bodies that's going to make him find us. So she is probably actually not the best for grabbing all the loot here. But she can turn off some of these pressure plates with Jam Kit, which is nice. So, down goes bad guy. Let's go ahead and Jam Kit this. Great. Circuit can just grab gear then. And the looting begins. And yeah, Tactical Surge giving functionally 3 AP to everyone is really, really nice. So, we're at a point now, right, where I could choose to leave, right? I've looted 2 loot boxes, I've looted a 3rd, I've looted a 4th, there's a 5th one right here, and I could just be like, 6 and out, right? And I could make it a very, very fast mission. I would clear in like 7 or 8 turns, you know, that'd be fine. But I would lose out on 2 more boxes and the hacking. And the cool thing is, because I can exit here, I can leave my hacker alone, or maybe like with 1 bodyguard. They can exit here together, the other crew clears up these rooms, and then exits down here. Which lets me be a little bit efficient and not have to wait around too long for cleaning up the map. Either way, it's definitely time. Hackermans. Let's make sure we don't waste AP. That should be fine. Let's get it. Alrighty, welcome back to hacking. There is a rating, which is how difficult it is, and the which AI we're against. We're against McKellen here. Put on a hard shell, put on overclock, basically every single time. Load all 5 programs, basically every single time. Cool. Alright. What are you? Minus AP. Yep, sleaze you. Okay, scan again. Alright, what are we looking at here? Well, so because we hacked the Matrix host, we know we don't have to bother looking at these 2 nodes. But we do know it's actually worth going over here. Other alternative is to go to the bottom first, because hacking the CPU resets security level pretty heavily. And so I can run over here, you know, grab stuff, hack the CPU. By doing so, I will I guess I'll explain it when we kind of get there, but I think it's correct for me to run through this area, hack the CPU, and then run back and go this way. I have to loop back no matter what. technically doing this then back is like a little bit more action points waste than doing this then back. But I think it's actually correct based on what I can see. Okay, cool. So because I scanned, I was able to see a trap down here. And there's an active ice and a trap ice. Cool. So the active ice, if you use a program, steal AP, and if you do anything at all, raise security tally, which is this here. So we're going to go ahead and disarm this first, and then do that. So security tally is getting pretty close. So much like in Meat Space, where when you get enough tally, you hit an escalation, and like guards are dispatched, or laser gates turn on, or whatever. Something happens to you in the cyber world that messes with you here as well. So, okay. I don't have any spare scans left, and I'm actually getting a little bit tight on AP. So I'm just going to run up here and finish hacking this, and then come down and hack that, I think. Can't download it when you exit, lose AP. Okay, well, that's fine. Right, turn off the can't download. Turn off this one, because I might as well burn the 4 AP, burn 2 to leave, and then have something. Actually, wow. You know what? If I burn 4 AP to disable this, and then I spend 2 AP to leave, so what I actually want to do is like a light maximizing of resources. I'm going to disarm, and it's cool. I got something forced off me anyway because of the escalation. Still disarm it, though. And with my 5 remaining AP, I can load a program. And what I'm going to load, I mean, it doesn't really matter. It could be any of them, but like they're all functionally identical here. So I'm just going to load Sleaze, because why not? I have 0 AP. I can end my turn. And once I go through here and break apart the CPU and then go here, we'll reset security back down to level 0. Next time it goes to level 1, it will not count. It'll like be grayed out functionally, and then I can make my way all the way back and not find another security escalation, which, you know, wastes you time, right? It costs you AP or Matrix IO or whatever because of whatever it happens to the escalation. All right, so he's done. Security is pretty upset. It's level 2, and in fact, with body timers, looks like body timers are ending very soon. This guy, yep, expire end of current turn, expire end of current turn. I should start decomposing bodies. We're not in an immediate rush, and I kind of care about not getting too much security on my team, so I'm gonna actually go ahead and I should have thought of it last round, but I didn't. But I'm gonna go ahead and run over here, dissolve, and then run back and dissolve the other one. That's in range easily. In fact, I'm gonna screw up here. I'm not gonna get all of them because I spent 2 AP getting over here, so this guy's actually gonna come back no matter what. So I unfortunately did it wrong, and I should have just dissolved this body and moved forward. I didn't plan my turns very well. All my fault. Oh well. Deviant still hacking. Let's go. Yeah. Let's move up. And I need to load at least 1 piece for active ice. And I believe I'm not going to see any traps down here, so I'm not going to bother. Can't download till it's done. Damage catch when you take an action. Yeah, sure. Can't download. Cool, great. All right, so I know this is a CPU node because, I mean, it literally tells me. I'm also going to go ahead and preload scan here because I will always need scan in order to finish this node out. Attack, attack. I forced Sleaze away, whatever. Spike CPU, so now it goes back to 0. We know there's a passive and an active ice here. Damage to connection when you take an action is not a very big deal. I'm not going to run out of connection health, but let's go back. Plus AP, have to get rid of that. Scan, and we can see that I'm only down to 2 AP, so I can't, you know, load Deception and Disarm. It's going to be 1 more turn. The nice thing is I will not have to run into security escalations because we're down to level 0. Level 1 will not count. It's going to be fine. So next round, I will be done with hacking the Matrix. He can move towards an exit, and I can start moving my team forward. End for turn. So now, what's left for me to do? Well, I'm going to bypass for a second, let Emil knock down that gate. More guards have been sent my way. Sees the body, reports it. So we are going to get an escalation. Now, some Matrix hosts have what's called an alarm processing unit, an APU. Right, we've seen CPUs, right, which you hack and it lowers quantum security. An APU controls security level, and so if you hack an AP, you go -2 levels, so we go to 0 here. And it would mean that, you know, as I tick back up to 1, back up to 2, there wouldn't be an escalation, and we would basically like buy, in this case, 20 points of pips, which is pretty valuable, actually. But we're going to turn this off. And the question is, who's moving how far forward? Because they are slowly tracking us, right? These guys are going to move up. This body timer is going to run out, and they are going to look for us because of the body timer. I believe this is faster for them on this side. It's faster for him on this side. In fact, these timers are going to run out. That's been discovered by a camera, of course. This one, yeah, ending at turret turn. So this guy's going to go investigate here. Probably these guys are going to come this way. I don't want to... Yeah, I'm not going to burn the AP in... Well, actually, no, I should. Okay, I'm going to run up here. Sorry, I'm like really trying to hyper min-max my turns, and I don't really need to. But I'm trying to get everyone as far forward as I can, so that the three of them together can handle those guards. And then also, like, knock down this, this laser gate, for example. So Gamma moves, and he's still running that direction. Okay, so for now, the left side is the dangerous flank. But no one's going to be able to... Basically, the big thing is that no one's going to be able to reach my hacker before he's done. Because he's going to be done in the middle of next turn, and no one's remotely close to the side of the map. So I don't have to worry about my flank, because at worst they discover bodies, and I don't really care about that. So 3 guards are missing, right? Bunch of body timers ran out. They're missing. Okay, what's going on? Escalation. Matrix high alert. Oh, well, that's really unlucky timing. I'm Matrix hacking right now. But basically, it chooses a random escalation. The AI does. Yeah, so the body timers ran out. We got some tally. And I can just run over and grab stuff, which I think, you know what? I'm going to keep being safe and letting the bad guys go first, because you never know. Maybe they give me the opportunity to kill them, and I don't want to miss that. There's not much of a reason to wait, since I'm not in active combat, and I'm not going to take any damage if they take their turns this round. Just generally safer. Okay, so Gamma has a turn. I guess I'll give him the option. So here's Matrix High Alert. Let's load our things. If you load a program, steals AP, unload programs when you take an action, yeah, get rid of you. I just won't load a program, it'll be fine. Don't need to go here. They'll like turn off the laser gates and whatnot. The SCUs will turn off things like laser gates, which isn't really needed, but it's there if you need it. If you use a program, steal AP, and can't download, obviously you need to get rid of both of those. We download our stuff, and that's it. We've secured everything here. We've re-looped back to security level 1, which doesn't matter here, but because I hacked the CPU, I blocked an escalation functionally because I went back to 0. But everything that has stuff in it is done. These manufacturing stores have blueprints, data warehouses have files, financial hubs have financial accounts, which you can always sell for money, and then these, I think they can have files on them. I don't 100% remember, but I don't think they often do, so I'm not going to bother looking. I don't want to deal with the ice, so I'm not going to bother. So I'm going to DC. We did it. We have our 5 AP, and we can start moving around the map. I'm not afraid of Gamma actually hitting me, so I'm just going to run as far forward as I can. And let the engine get me to the box, and off we go. So we've done almost everything. We've got 3 boxes left and an escape to make. And at this point, we might as well buddy system. You can get in weird spots here. This radar array only ever turns this way than that way. And so it's very hard to disable this camera. It's very likely it'll see you at some point. But for now, I can run up. Again, I don't absolutely have to care about security tally. If I don't take damage, trust this doesn't matter. But it can, right? It can add up against you. But I want these boxes, and I'm going to lose some security for it. Like, I'm going to lose some... Nice, this is going to raise up. I got some money. I got some stuff I can sell. One thing of note is that items don't sell for very much. They're usually like 1,000 to 2,000 each, which is pretty small. It's the smallest, like, chunk of money you can have. Everything is minimum 1,000. But it does make them useful because you can just sort of use them, and that's actually kind of nice. So, hacking time frame. Basically, someone's got to disable this camera. I do not feel like I'm going to get attacked from these guys, but I can be safe and try to let them go first just to be safe. You can fast forward their turns if you want, so we start doing that. They're just kind of walking around slowly. Don't need to wait for them too much here. Yeah, I just run most people. It's fine. But for some of them, like, I might want to run into the open entirely, you know? I get my next attack surge next round. That'll be nice. Eventually, you can upgrade it so it's available on round 1, 4, 7, 10 instead of 1, 5, and 9. A lot of missions take around 10 or so rounds, and so getting an extra attack surge is a pretty big deal. It is worth maxing out that ability. Okay, so everyone's pretty much gone, and yeah, we're not in danger. So I'm just going to run this guy very far forward. Again, they're not really looking towards me, so that's fine. Yeah, not much to do here. We're done. I can engage Whisper for Emil, and just gives her 10% move speed, which I think I'm going to save for a little bit later in case I need, like, something else going on. Like, if there is going to be a bad guy, I need to get to them and, like, not lose AP for the attack, but it's not a very big deal. Ultimately, just staying grouped because I want to make sure if there is a gunfight, we have all our guns available. But realistically, there aren't guards outside of the map anymore, and so there's not a lot to be afraid of. So, burn 3 AP getting close. If I turn off the camera, they won't know that I'm here, which is helpful because I don't want them to know that I'm here. And we can just barely make it to the box. How wonderful. And there's only one box to go. Relatively uneventful mission 3, I understand, but at the end of the day, it just comes down to, you know, coordinating your moves. Once again, actually, I want to get out of sightlines here. So actually, I am going to run everybody because I don't expect this guy to turn around. That would be wild if he did. We're trying to get everyone out of the crossroads. Fast forward their turns. Oh, okay, danger, danger. Oh, he almost sees me. We're on, like, the literal edge of being seen. That was not planned, but we take those. This box is in the way. We're saved, I guess. All right, so I'm not sure what sent him this way. Maybe it was this corpse, and he's actually searching for it. But yeah, let's try to deal with him. So I could brainworm him. That'll create a lot of security because he will turn around and attack, and stuff's going to get kind of wild. I could try to just leave. That might work. It's actually got a pretty good likelihood of working. So we could kind of risk it by just bolting and hoping. But I don't think Emil can make it out. If Emil's like going to get fully spotted. He's going to report, and then everyone will know at the end of this turn that there's trouble afoot, and it's going to get real dangerous. So, gosh, what even makes sense here? What even makes sense here? Actually, no. I think she can run out here and then around. Yeah, I think I can bypass this. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small risk here. I'm going to burn 1 AP putting a Venom Trap down, so that if I get jumped, he gets slowed down, because Venom Trap lowers move speed. I think that is reasonable to do. Because he's not alerted, so like he doesn't actually know I'm here. Like, there's no tally increase. It's still the normal +2. Yeah, so we gotta like get to here. And then I'm not in jam kit range, am I? I don't think so, right? Yeah, I'm not even close. All right, we're all gonna get spotted by the camera. It'll turn next round. Don't really have a way around that. It's fine. I'm not in anticipate range either. No, I was earlier. I could have anticipated him. That would have been correct. It's a mistake not to. But yeah, all they know is that there were some corpses. No one has ever reported our location. We've never tripped any security tally. Sorry, we triggered this one camera this once, and so they knew we were here, and that's it. Oh, everyone gets AP and initiative. Yeah, seems good. You seem to be the closest to actually taking the box and getting out, so yeah, go for it. You'll be the one. Again, could have used look ahead. That might have been smart. I'm going to still try to use it here. What are you doing? Nothing special? Okay. Oh, he moved. Okay, he moved up. Oh, and the radar's still exactly right there. That's kind of nice, actually. Alright, are you going before me? No, everyone goes before he does, but we know which way he's going. 2 AP to get there. Unfortunately, I cannot make the exit in 4 AP, so... And we can see from the number of pips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we know he'll make it all the way here. So, yeah, I am likely to be spotted. Actually, these barrels might cover. I can duck behind them, and I think he'll just somehow pass me by, which is kind of funny. I'm just out of his sight range. This radar array will see me, but it doesn't have to matter. Does Emil have another hack? I think she might, so I'm gonna stop here. And... Ooh, actually... Migo would be a problem. So I'm gonna go here. I'm just gonna group the entire team here. And I'm gonna try to get... Yeah, we'll let them all skip their turns for now. Okay, he knows something's up. He's running over there right away. And Emil can at least jam kit this camera, which is of some value. There's a really good chance to get spotted here. We'll see what happens. This chance is actually very, very high. But, hopefully be out of AP. Yep, he saw me. He's gonna shoot? He's not gonna shoot. Or is he going for cover? Oh, he's overwatched. Okay, that can be dangerous. But it is not the end of the round, so he's not yet reported me, so no one else knows I'm here. So, as long as I can solve this during this round, we are fine. So, thankfully, you are not in the Overwatch line of sight, because he only saw the main character, who is not remotely in enough cover. So if I can run over here, down to like 1 AP remaining, which is fine. Actually doesn't really matter what I do. But if I run him over, the guy's still in some cover, but if I land the shot, it breaks Overwatch. Cool, I broke Overwatch, that's neat. And honestly, I can end my turn. I don't have to evac, because as long as all 4 people are on the square, it will end the mission. You don't have to click evac. And so in case I need him for some reason, I've still got it. So you can run over. I don't want to make more noise. I don't want to raise security any further than I have to. Unfortunately, because of the basic security AI increase, we're always going to escalate at least once here. So there's not really a way around that, unfortunately. But yeah, let's hope we kill him, you know? That'd be kind of nice. Just because he was, you know, rude. Nope, we missed. Oh, well. But, yeah, so next round happens. We get the escalation. It woke some sleeping devices, so we get some more stuff online. So I want to see what got woken up. This camera got woken up. This camera got woken up. Those were the 2, I guess. That was the escalation. But we're basically done. So Migo is going after Emil. Honestly, it doesn't really matter anyway. All I have to do, so I delay, I walk in the square, and we're done. We grabbed all the boxes, we hacked the host. We did it. So that one is relatively straightforward, because this is actually technically a main quest mission. Every single playthrough I've ever played runs through this mission, and then it's also, in very similar formats, also a possible procedurally generated mission, and so I've like run this layout probably a dozen times, and so it's very rote for me. But sometimes the patrol routes change based on, like, if someone is alive and reported, or if people see a corpse or whatever, or, like, what the escalations can be. But we're chilling. Well done, team. I'm proud of us. We can sell our loot on the market from the cold storage. And everyone leveled up. And Emil's name is now Gemini. So, from the Matrix, we got a level 3 epic melee weapon blueprint. We got a nanomedical kit. We got 2 accounts. You can tell by having garbage names. And we got 4 files. From the actual loot boxes, we got a whole bunch of stuff, a whole bunch of items. Anything with like this medical tag is just going to be straight up an item. Including stuff that's not necessarily a healing item, like a Dazzler is a melee range like stunning taser. We got 10k in cred chips, which is nice. We got 2 crafting blue cubes. We got 5k. We got 2 gold cubes. A bunch of grenades and stuff, which is nice. Smoke grenades are very good. You basically can't be shot inside a smoke grenade, so it's a really good, like, oh crap, I'm in the middle of nowhere. Quick pocket sand. Let's just not take damage here. It's a very good, like, just hold this so you don't get screwed kind of item. Basically, stuns and line of sight blockers are really good to hold in reserve. They don't cost you anything until you use them, and so they're a really good way to guarantee that, like, oh, I don't take damage this round. Okay, cool. Because keep in mind, items do not sell for much. So, for example, right, if I go to my if I go here and I say, hey, I've got a bunch of, I guess you would do it in the inventory. I don't sell stuff very often. So if I say, hey, I've got like items to sell, everything is like 1 or 2,000 except for like, I guess smoke grenades are 3k and I've got one of them. But like treating a single wound for a single character can cost like 8 or 9,000. And it's like a smoke grenade's going to save like 3 wounds sometimes. It's like kind of not close. And something like, I don't know, a shock mine costs 2k. Yeah, sending a guy for 3 rounds is just infinitely better than whatever you can do instead of that, as far as I'm concerned. So it's very, very good, from what I can tell. Okay, so what is it to do now? Well, we're gonna get our base as set up as we can. Can we mint any file sets? Yes, that's great. So we're gonna mint our first file set. Basically, it picks a random one of your 3 files as like the base rarity. So you can see, based on its random pick, it might be between 19k and 23k. This is the lowest level dossier. We have a better one, so if you replace the file, it's now between 21 and 58, because, right, this level 2 is worth 21, and a level 2 rare is worth 58. So, RNG, if I'm lucky, it'll print a green set of patient dossiers. Oh, and of course I can't because my cold storage is not high enough level. So I literally can't print a 3-piece file set. So if I needed the money, I'd have to sell these piece by piece. Or I'd have to go and manage the room and build a nano scrub to upgrade cold storage to let me make a 3-set file set. Right now, it's not what's in the cards for me, so unfortunately I can't do that. Oh well, I can sell my accounts though. And the cool thing about accounts is accounts, if they are purple or orange, actually directly give influence to the person you sell it to. So I can say, actually, you know what I want to do is I want to level up some of my people, because if their influence hits 80% or higher, they will influence limit break, and they'll become more, they'll become stronger. So the question is, who should I be giving the XP to? Mongo can only get, basically, I think, temporary benefits, which is not a huge deal. Potato, I can level up and try to get higher level programs and Cyberdex from, which is not a bad idea. I can get better medical gear if I wanted to buy healing items or something. Or I can just have my corporate VP be happy and hang out. Realistically, I really want money early game, so I'm just going to say Mongrel is going to be the person. This might be incorrect, but she's paying me the most, and that's the thought process. That's kind of as far as it's going. But if you wanted to, like, for example, level up Potato's sell Cyberdex level 2, if it's not highlighted in yellow, it can be leveled up, and so he might sell level 3 versions of Cyberdex and level 3 versions of programs if I give him enough influence, which, again, is a reason to sell. But I'm just going to go for the most money possible to get my base off the ground as quickly as I possibly can. I have blueprints for items, right? Here's the scope blueprint. Here is a blueprint for making a nanomedical kit. Here's a blueprint for a sword. I don't believe anyone can buy this from me. Yeah, no one can buy level 5 medical kit blueprints, so that is another reason to level people up, is what they're willing to buy is also a trait. That trait can be leveled, and thus you can have more people to sell things to. Omni Slice, though, is actually a really good early mid-game melee weapon, so even though I can make 31k, I'm pretty sure I have buyers. Yeah, I have multiple buyers here. I can make 34k from Origami Joe or from Diego here, but realistically, I actually will want to make this at some point. And I can't right now use the 30k because the next building that I actually want to build is Underworld and is 150. If this would have made the difference, I would have considered it. So, what's next for us? Well, we've got a hacking mission still available. 2, actually, Loophole Heist and Token Strike. Also got this guy who's going to for sure ask me for help before something is done. Someone is shadowing his shipments in the Under. Need help. This is, I believe, going to be a legwork. Right now, there are no procedurally generated legworks, so if you play this game a bunch, and you identify, like, oh, that is an atypical dialogue, it is probably going to be a legwork, which means you're going to lose access to one of your mercenaries, which means, hey, be careful, like, make sure you don't run out of people. Which means I actually want to run this first. I want to run this, and then probably talk to getting the new recruit, and then run the legwork, in case I need to send someone out and I want to make sure that everything kind of looks okay. So kind of weird optimizations here, but nothing really worth buying. I'm going to check my market real quick, because one thing that's worth upgrading pretty early on is your cyber deck, actually. Going from this thing, which gives 10 bonus AP, to this one that gives 20 bonus AP. None of the other ones give bonus action points. I find this to be a reasonable upgrade, but 240k is a lot. I want to get my other buildings online first, but theoretically, this is one of my late early game upgrades. But it's available from the start because my contact sells level 2 Cyberdecks. Okay, let's go ahead and spend talent points, right? I've got 2 points to spend on my main. We're going to go ahead and finish up Tack Surge. It's now going to have a much larger AoE radius, so if we get spread out, I'm more likely to still hit my teammates. And we drop the recharge to 3 turns. So I can cast on 1, 4, 7, and 10, which is a pretty big deal. 7 Knight's done. Our Scourge. Yeah, so we got... So there is a talent limit. We can only have 5 active and passive talents at a time. Until we hit a higher level, where it'll go up to 6, then 7, then 8, etc. So the only thing we can do is either get stat points, which, meh, or we make our actual things better. So I want to make, I mean, what's the best version here? So I can upgrade the damage over time, which is, you know, a fairly reasonable option here. For, like, the Venom Trap I can upgrade here. I can upgrade Biocoat Bullet. I can upgrade the AoE on the shotgun stun, which is a pretty nice thing. Also, I can make my shotgun stun lower their evasion and lower their armor, which is a pretty big deal. I can make it last 3 turns, which is really, really good. I can increase the range on Brainworm, considering Brainworm is the only Overwatch blocker that Vanguard has easy access to. You can get it from Morass, but Morass is a much shorter range. Generally speaking, Brainworm is really good for this because it lets me get out of really tough binds quite easily. So the question is, do I want the combat safety of Brainworm to be able to cast it at, you know, 15, 20, 25 meters, which is very generous, and is pretty much going to be guaranteed usable. And then I can, like, upgrade having 2 charges at once, which is also really, really nice. And it now means I can really, really never be surprised. Or I can make Dissolve cheaper and cost and have a longer range such that I can run quietly more easily. I think I'd actually go for Brainworm here. I don't think... I mean, I might want the shotgun stun radius for sure. But I think I want Brainworm safety, weirdly, more than I want these dots to be better, even though they are very good. And there's going to be totally a time where these are going to be really, really valuable, but I'm going to prioritize extreme safety. My hacker can now move forward. And so Null Op is pretty amazing. The cool thing about Null Op is it's basically an attack program on every single ice in the node, and you can immediately give it 2 charges. And so what's cool is you can bump its damage a decent amount and make the AP cost 0, so that instead of having to, like, load an attack program, run on the CPU, hit everything individually, hope with your fingers crossed you one-shot them all. Because if you don't, you've got to load the program again, and then go again, and the entire time, most of these ice are doing something to you, right? Every active ice does something every single turn you ever do anything. Passive ice can keep you from, like, leaving or loading programs or whatever. There's a trap there. It's going to activate and do weird stuff to you as well. Like, it can get really tough breaking a CPU. But Null Op isn't a program. It's a talent. So it can't be deloaded. You can't be prevented from using it. And you can upgrade it by 50%. So it does 45 to 60, costs 0 AP, and has 2 charges. So for 0 AP, I can do 90 to 120 to everything in the node, which is going to fry basically every CPU. And later in the game, there's going to be more than 2 ice in a node. There's going to be like 4, or I think there could even be 5. But I know that you can have 4. So it makes it extremely efficient and really, really good for nuking these things. So Null Op at 2 points, but you really kind of want to spend all 4 here, is really good. And then you can move up the tree and get some other, like, really fun quality of life that's I think quite valuable. All right, what else can we give our Vanguard here? Well, range and recharge and AP cost are all possible. I do, though, have 2 points to get Glasswalker, and I think Glasswalker is really great. So even if you want to play stealthily, right? Glasswalker says when security rises, give everyone some initiative. That's obviously not very good. You can make it happen more often. You can have it have 2 charges. You can have it last more. But the big thing is the last point. If you get all 5 points in a Glasswalker, it's, hey, for 2 turns, and I've got 2 charges, which means any 2, security engage is going to happen. My entire team is going first and has +1 AP for 2 turns for almost every single escalation. Even if you play stealthily, you absolutely will have 2 to 3 escalations per mission, which means you will almost undeniably give everyone 4 action points over the course of a mission, every mission forever. Forever, with no active engagement. Don't have to think about it. It will just happen for you, and it'll happen when you need it most, which is like security rows. They know I'm here. There might be reinforcements. It's just really good. And so it's going to be really bad, just like have some initiative XD, but eventually it'll turn into something really amazing, and it's worth investigating now. And I think my, like, 3 charges jam kit is enough. I'm chilling, and so we're going to run this. Once I have my SimStream trainer online, I will probably take out things like Silence and Lure and be able to pump Glasswalker or get into Blend or something, but I don't have that ability anymore, so we're just kind of stuck on this build. It's fine. It's not a huge deal, but that's relatively useful. So there's my upgrades done. Not much to say here in the postgame, honestly. It was a pretty straightforward thing. Once I can afford to upgrade my cold storage, I will. My barracks has room for a 7th, which is waiting to be talked to. That has a deadline in 7 days or so, so hey, we should talk to him pretty soon. And I'm going to have some legwork to run on. I'm going to hire him before I run the legwork in case he's good at that legwork. And otherwise I'm going to plan this heist. So episode 4 is going to be running the Token Strike, which is going to be the first actual proc-gen heist. It's going to be a bodyguard mission. It has optional hacking. This map layout, by the way, has 2 hacking stations, so we're going to earn a lot of money. We are not going to do it in less than 7 turns. Not going to do it in less than 9 turns. But 2 hacking stations is worth more than 7 gold cubes and 10 XP to me. 10% XP to me. As long as we clear the mission, it should be fine. Alright, that's going to do it for the episode. Thanks for watching. Bye.